You know, I'm typically not the type of fan to reminisce on what could have been had things gone a certain way back when, at a certain time. But I really find myself now, it's 10:52 p.m. on Friday as I record this. This is probably coming out later on Saturday morning, both here and on where you find your podcasts. But regardless, enjoy my rant. I can't help but think about what it could have been if Alshon Jeffrey didn't drop that pass against the New Orleans Saints. How different everything would be today. For starters, I would say that Doug Pederson would still be our head coach. And God, is Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman that fucking weasel, and the rest of the cast and crew over in Philly, like right now, how much they're making me wish that was still the case, that Doug was still our head coach, which I'm not one to double down on what I've said in the past. Typically, I stick to my gut, especially even with gut takes, like instant gut takes, when it's like really fresh off of something, even after I've cooled off. Most of the anger that came from Doug Pederson, or for most of my anger that came and, was directed towards Doug Pederson, was mostly how the final game was handled against Washington in 2020. Did I think he needed to get fired at the time? Yes, but looking back at it, I felt like we were way too quick on pulling the trigger and starting fresh. A lot of head coaches have gone through worse seasons and have kept their jobs, especially head coaches that have won Super Bowls. But regardless, I mean, look at Mike Tomlin, look at Bill Belichick, look at all the guys that are still head coaches of their team for so long, despite having a couple of off years, But regardless, let me get back on track here. Imagining in my mind, because, and again, I hate reminiscing and I hate going back to these types of things, but 2017 with Carson Wentz, we were 10-2. With Nick Foles, I mean, if you count the Rams game, we were 11-2. But Nick Foles, we were undefeated. We won. What was it? We won 2. Well, I mean, I guess outside of the Cowboy game, which I don't count because that was a garbage time. That was a wasteful game, but meaningful games, the Raiders game, the Giants game, in week 15 and 16. Those 2 games we won, and then we won the playoff games. Undefeated record. That's 2, 3, 5-0. You want to count the Cowboy game, 5-1. The next year, Nick Foles starts the first 2 games 1-1, and then the final towards the end of the year goes on a 3-0 run in the regular season, wins 1 game in the postseason, loses another one. You see that record right there with Doug Pederson compared to how Carson Wentz played in 2018 and 2019, and that record makes you really think. Because I only say this because now you see where we're at right now, and it's just crazy how quickly that whole team is just trickling out of the building. It's like one thing with like players like Torrey Smith, LeGarrette Blount, that were one and dones that decided to retire or leave afterwards. And then there are others like Alshon and Chris Long who stayed around for a couple of years after that. But you just see the entirety of that team that could have done it again. And I'm on the firm belief that if Alshon Jeffrey does not drop that pass against the Saints, we are winning that game. And we are headed to LA to rematch against the Rams team that we had already beaten. I'm telling you, Super Bowl 53 would have been a rematch between the Eagles and the Patriots, and we would have beaten Tom Brady's ass for a second straight year. That right there, I'm on the firm belief that that's what would have happened. And the biggest reason why is because Big Dick Nick, motherfucking Foles, was our quarterback. And there's something about him and Doug Pederson, that magic. We have never had that magic ever again after 2018, after that postseason. 2019, there was none of it. You cannot count the 4-0 run with Carson Wentz at the end of the year against the NFC least, because that was garbage all throughout the entirety of that month of December. We played the Giants twice, the Cowboys once, and Washington once. And we were like, oh, wow, so good, right? No, that was trash. That was garbage. We went to the postseason and got beat. We just laid an egg against the Seahawks. And then in 2020, you saw what truly became it. Like, I can't help but look at what could have been in 2018 if Alshon did not drop that pass. I'm telling you, man, things would be so much different right now, and everything would be different. Head coach, quarterback, just everything in Philadelphia with one play. Everything changed. Everything. And it's just, I can't help but think about it, because it's like, I wish right now, because I've gone through 2020 and I've gone through 2021 6 weeks in now, and I've gone through and watched this team play the way they've played the past 2 years with different head coaches, with nothing but garbage-ass talent that is just not coached well. They look like they don't care at all. They're never ready. I can't imagine what could have been if Alshon Jeffrey doesn't drop that pass. I can't, man. I'm on the firm belief that, along with everything that I said about what could have been in the postseason that year, Nick Foles would have stayed the quarterback in Philadelphia. And even if it was for 1 year and we get another quarterback because we need to move on, or because Nick Foles, regresses in 2019 or whatever, I'm okay with that, because, man, oh man, do I miss 2017, late 2017 and late 2018 Philadelphia Eagle football so much right now. And we had such a good team in those 2 years, and we lost a couple players, like, again, Torrey Smith and the LeGarrette Blunts and the Darren Sproles, but we got, like, the Golden Tates, the Dallas Goederts, man. It was just, there was so much potential with what there was there, and then that drop pass happens. And after that, we took a spiral that we didn't know that where we were headed was where we are right now, all because of that one drop. Like, you might not want to believe it, you might not want to agree with the fact that drop influenced everything or put us on this path. Like, I believe that there's another timeline out there where Alshon catches that ball and everything happens the way I think it would have happened, or at least in a similar fashion, and things aren't as bad as they are right now. Because I'm telling you, and it's always in the back of my head, because I'm watching this team yesterday. I'm just sitting there, like, not interested whatsoever, just watching the same shit that doesn't work continue to be done, and we're just getting completely run over by the opposing team on our home turf. And I'm just sitting there staring at the TV with nothing, like, dead, legitimately dead. And I feel so removed from it all. I feel so uninterested. I just feel so dejected and so depressed watching the way this team performs. And in my head, I just keep going back to, oh man, the 38-7 game of the Super Bowl. Those final few games of 2018, man. Oh my God, the double doink. Like, I just keep going back to those good times, man. And they aren't even that long ago, which makes me feel even worse, because we are not that far removed from Super Bowl 52, and this is where we're at in Philadelphia. This is where this is how far this organization has fallen, and I cannot believe it. I am in disbelief. I was in the car all day with my dad, and we're listening to Mike Miscellany, to Anthony Gargano, to Joe DeCamera and John Ritchie on 94 WIP, listening to everybody just completely destroying Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and just, it's so depressing. It is so disheartening. It is so sad. And you have other stories like Simmons lying about Couldve because he didn't want to play in Game 7 against the Hawks. Or the Phillies being the mediocre piece of garbage that they are. And then the Flyers just, being the Flyers. Like, this is what Philly sports is right now. And I will never stop what I'm doing right now. I will never stop being a Philly fan. But my goodness gracious, what could have been if certain things had gone differently? Not just with the Eagles now that I'm mentioning everybody else, you know? Imagine if Simmons would learn how to shoot. Imagine if the Phillies would learn how to actually evaluate talent and get good pitchers. Imagine if the Flyers could actually grow a pair and build a team that can actually compete consistently and not be a one and done and that's it. You know, it's just, I'm so frustrated, and it's been boiling up for so long, and here it's all coming out now at 11 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. I got home from work, and I ate food, and I hydrated, and I took a shower, and I sat down here, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm so pissed off. I have to just let it all out, and here I am. And I don't know if anyone's going to listen 11 minutes into this, but I want everybody to let me know how y'all feel about what could have been, right? Whether it's Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, Flyers, whoever, you know. Let me know how you feel regarding everything that could have been. Like, I miss 2017 to 2018 Eagles with Nick Foles. I miss 07 to 2010 Phillies with Roy Halladay and Cole Hamels and Ryan Howard. I miss I miss well, I can't really say I miss, but I just miss what could have been with the Sixers had Simmons learned how to shoot and actually commit to playing and shooting and participating in a big time matchup. And I just miss when the Flyers were able to compete consistently. You know, I miss a lot of things, and these things, they're on the top of the list, man. And for me, most recently, it is without a doubt what could have been if Alshon Jeffrey hadn't dropped that pass. Can't predict it, right? You can't make this shit up. And if someone's making this shit up somehow, good for you. I applaud you for making us feel this way, you know? Great job. But, hey, I'm going to end this here. Let me know how you guys feel about everything. And then specifically, let me know how you guys feel about the Eagles headed into the rest of Week 6 and then into Week 7, prepping for a trip to Vegas. Not the good kind of trip either. We're probably going to get our asses handed to ourselves in Vegas and then get our asses handed to ourselves in Detroit. So, yeah. Fun time to be a Philly fan, right? Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully, with the new video. Peace out, y'all. Have a good day.